morning, I'm Prarambha, Dahal. Let's begin with the main stories. 3 people killed and another missing after being swept by a flood in Artviscourt of Rukum. Government offices and a dozen houses inundated by a flood in Dolpa headquarters, Dunai. New fiscal year 2024-25 begins today. 3 finance ministers witnessed in the duration of last year. Challenges persist in implementation of the budget. Former US President Donald Trump receives a big relief in the case of illegally withholding classified or secret documents. Criminal case dismissed due to lack of substantial evidence. And tens of thousands of Spanish citizens greet new European champions after an open top bus parade through Madrid. Praise the diverse team for fostering unity in the country with regional tensions. Newly appointed Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli was administered his oath of office and secrecy yesterday. At a special program organized at the President's residence in Sheetal Niwas, President Ramchandra Paudel administered Prime Minister Oli's oath of office and secrecy. President Paudel had appointed CPN-UML chairperson and parliamentary party leader Oli as the Prime Minister under the sub-article 2 of Article 76 of the Constitution of Nepal. The ceremony was attended by Vice President Ram Sahaya Prasad Yadav, former Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal, other former Prime Ministers, Speaker of the House of Representatives Devraj Khimere, National Assembly Chairperson Narayan Prasad Dahal and Chief Justice Vishwambar Prasad Shrestha, among other high-ranking government officials, heads of security departments and representatives of diplomatic missions based in Nepal. Newly appointed Prime Minister Oli assumed his office yesterday itself. A 22-member Council of Ministers led by CPN-UML Chairperson and Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli was formed yesterday. The Council of Ministers has 2 Deputy Prime Ministers. Nepali Congress Vice President Prakash Man Singh and CPN-UML Deputy Chairperson Vishnu Paudel are the 2 Deputy Prime Ministers of the new government. Singh is the Minister for Urban Development, while Paudel is the Minister for Finance. Ministers from CPN-UML include Prithvi Subba Gurung, leading the Ministry of Communications and Information Technology. Devendra Dahal is the Minister for Physical Infrastructures and Transport. Vidya Bhattarai is the Minister for Education. Manvi Rai is the Minister for Defence. Rajkumar Gupta is the Minister for Federal Affairs and General Administration. Damodar Bhandari is the Minister for Industries, Commerce and Supplies. And Balaram Adhikari is the Minister for Land Management and Cooperatives. From Nepali Congress, other ministers are Ramesh Lekhak, who is leading the Ministry of Home Affairs. Arzu Rana Deva is the Minister for Foreign Affairs. Ajay Chaurasia is the Minister for Law, Justice and Parliamentary Affairs. Badri Pandey is the Minister for Culture, Tourism and Civil Aviation. Pradeep Paudel is the Minister for Health and Population. Deepak Khadka is the Minister for Energy and Irrigation. Ain Bahadur Sai is leading the Ministry for Forest and Environment. Ramnath Adhikari is the Minister for Agriculture and Livestock Development, while Tejulal Chaudhary is the Minister for Youth and Sports. Pradeep Yadav of Janata Samajwadi Party is the Minister for Drinking Water, while the party's Nawal Kishore Shah Suri is the Minister for Women, Children and Senior Citizens. Loktantrik Samajwadi Party's Sharat Singh Bhandari is the Minister for Labour. The newly appointed Deputy Prime Ministers and Ministers were administered the oath of office and secrecy at the presence of President Paudel yesterday itself. The government has decided to provide relief to victims of floods, landslides and other natural disasters. The first meeting of the Council of Ministers, chaired by Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli, decided to provide relief to the families of those missing in the disaster for up to 10 days, equivalent to the relief provided to the families of the deceased. The Cabinet also decided to make Nepal free of street children within a year. Likewise, the Cabinet meeting decided to release the 2nd and 3rd installments of relief to the earthquake victims in Jazarkot. The meeting of the Council of Ministers also decided to upgrade the Tribhuvan University cricket ground in Kantipur and make it a well-equipped stadium within 300 days. The Cabinet also decided to disclose its decisions to the public only after 24 hours, except in cases of emergency. Newly appointed Minister for Home Affairs Ramesh Lekhak has said that good governance and curbing corruption are the top priorities of the government. Assuming office in Singhadarbar after being administered the oath of office and secrecy, Home Minister Lekhak said that the main responsibility of the new government was addressing financial problems, ensuring good governance, and assessment of the constitution to ensure political stability. Minister Lekhak has decided to form a committee to study the bus accident at Simalthal of Chitwan. The committee has been assigned a period of 10 days to furnish its report. Minister Lekhak has expressed commitment of honest efforts to ensure the implementation of law to curb crime and address the damages caused by natural disasters. He has also approved the 3-year work plan related to Nepal police investigations into crimes. Newly appointed Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Finance, Vishnu Paudel, assumed his office in Singhadarbar yesterday. Minister Paudel has said that the government would proceed with the objective of addressing the problems of the private sector.
आत्मविश्वास जगाउने हिसाबले हाम्रो उहाँहरूलाई चाहिँ उहाँहरूका समस्या समाधान गर्ने चाहिँ अगाडि बढ्छ।
अझ स्पष्ट पार्दिनु आत्मविश्वास कसरी
आत्मविश्वास त उहाँहरूका समस्या सुन्ने र समाधानका निम्ति सरकारले सही प्रकारका नीति र निर्णय लिएर अगाडि बढेपछि आत्मविश्वास बढ्छ। सरकार निजी क्षेत्रको चाहिँ निमित्त सहयोग गर्ने, सहजीकरण गर्ने, उहाँहरूका समस्या समाधान गर्ने उहाँहरूको पनि अभिभावकको भूमिकामा हुन्छ। कानुन सम्मत ढङ्गले उहाँले उत्पादन गर्नुहोस्, त्यसपछि रोजगारी सृजना गर्नुहोस्, राम्रोसँग कमाउनुहोस्, ट्याक्स तिर्नुहोस् र एउटा सम्मानित नागरिकका हिसाबले आफ्नो जीवन व्यतीत पनि गर्नुहोस्। त्यस प्रयोजनका निम्ति सरकार चाहिँ सहयोग र सहजीकरणको भूमिकामा रहन्छ, अभिभावकको भूमिका रहन्छ। हामी त्यस खालको अनुकूल परिस्थिति निर्माण गर्ने काम के गर्छौँ।
मन्त्री अहिलेकै बजेटले यत्रो रूपान्तरण र यत्रो आत्मविश्वास आउँछ, हजुरलाई विश्वास छ?
मैले भनिहालेँ नि, हामीलाई चाहिँ हाम्रो सरकारको नीति र कार्यक्रम कार्यान्वयन गर्ने सिलसिला, सरकारको दृष्टिकोण कार्यान्वयन गर्ने सिलसिलामा, सरकारको योजनाहरू कार्यान्वयन गर्ने सिलसिलामा कुनै पनि बजेट बाधक बन्दैन। यदि त्यहाँ कहीँ बाधा सिर्जना भयो भनेदेखि त्यो बाधालाई चाहिँ कसरी पन्छाउने र अगाडि बढ्ने भन्ने विकल्प हाम्रा कानुनी र संवैधानिक व्यवस्था अन्तर्गत छन्, त्यस हिसाबले हामी जान सक्छौँ।
Newly appointed Minister for Foreign Affairs Arzu Rana Deva has said that efforts will be made for the release of Bipin Joshi, who remains held hostage by Hamas. Assuming office at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs after being administered the oath, Minister Deva said that the release of Bipin was not an easy task, but she would make efforts for the same. Bipin has been held by Hamas for the past 10 months. Minister Deva also said that efforts would be made to ensure the return of Nepali nationals recruited in the Russian security forces. She went on to say that the Nepal-India border dispute would be addressed on the basis of facts and evidences. She said that she would play her part in improving Nepal's diplomatic relationships. In our Public Voice segment, we had asked in several provinces, what are the works that must be immediately carried out by the new government led by KP Sharma Oli? Let us now take a look at what they had to say.
युवाहरू चाहिँ दिनदिनै विदेश पलायन भइरहेका छन्। ती युवाहरूलाई रोक्नको निम्ति चाहिँ सरकारले योजना तयार पार्नुपर्छ।
महँगी नियन्त्रण गर्नुपर्छ।
यो सरकारको पहिलो काम सुशासन कायम गर्नु नै हुनुपर्छ।
उद्योग धन्दा चलाएर विदेशीको युवालाई नेपालमै रोक्नुपर्छ।
गरिब जनताहरू बिरामी भएकालाई निशुल्क उपचार हुनु पर्यो।
सहकारी काण्ड लगायत सम्पूर्ण भ्रष्टाचारका फाइलहरू खोलेर त्यो भ्रष्टाचारको फाइलबाट एउटा चाहिँ टुङ्गोमा पुर्याउने,
किसानहरूलाई समयमा मोल दिनु पर्यो।
चाहिँ अबदेखि सबै महिला उद्यमीहरूलाई समेटेर हिँड्नु पर्यो।
हाम्रो अपेक्षा भनेको सुशासन र देशमा विद्यमान यो आर्थिक सङ्कट निवारण होस् भन्ने नै हो।
आम व्यापारी वर्गहरूको जुन गुनासो छ त्यसलाई चाहिँ सुधार गरेर लिएर हिँड्नु पर्यो।
क्लाइमेट चेन्ज सम्बन्धी चाहिँ अलि ध्यान दिनुपर्ने कुराहरू चाहिँ देखिएको छ।
यहाँका उद्योग कलकारखानाहरू सुचारू गर्नका लागि यस्तो नीति ल्याउनु पर्छ।
It is now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
The question is, what do you think of the decisions taken by the newly appointed ministers? Your options are A, optimistic, B, publicity stunt, and C, performance will show. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. New fiscal year 2024-25 has begun in the country today. The budget introduced by the government on the 28th of May also comes into implementation today. Former Finance Minister Borshaman Pun had introduced a budget of 1,860,300,000,000 rupees for the fiscal year 2024-25. And despite the budget being around 6% higher than that of the previous fiscal year, there are several challenges in its implementation. Problems including failure in generating expected revenue and ensuring capital expenditure persist. Even with the increase in foreign reserve, the government account is in deficit. The state coffer currently has 251 billion rupees, which is at a deficit of 21 billion rupees. The government had the target of generating 1,422 billion rupees in the previous fiscal year. Only 1,030 billion rupees, which is 72% of the target, was achieved. This revenue is barely adequate to fund the current expenditure of the government. The last year witnessed 3 finance ministers. Erstwhile Finance Minister Prakash Mahat had set the priorities of the budget, while Pun had introduced the budget. But Vishnu Prasad Paudel was appointed the finance minister for the implementation phase of the budget. He was appointed the finance minister only yesterday. Analysts have said that frequent changes in the finance minister posed challenges in ensuring the effective implementation of the budget. Now, an overnight flood in Dolpa headquarters Dunai has inundated government offices and some of the houses. A flood after incessant rainfall has inundated the Dunai market area. The local residents had taken refuge at safer places after the flood, which inundated the government officials and the houses. According to Chief District Officer Tulasi Prasad Dahal, the District Administration Office Dolpa had deployed security personnel after the flood. 3 people have died while 1 is missing after being swept by a flood in West Rukum. 3 children have died after being swept by the Tatopani River near Artbiscuit Municipality, Ward number 12, while another person is missing in a flood at the Jhinchor River. According to the municipality, 3 children had died in the flood caused by the incessant rainfall. It has been learned that investigations are underway regarding the identity of those deceased and the damages caused by the flood. 6 people have been injured by the flood and are undergoing treatment at the municipal hospital. Bodies of 15 passengers who were on board the 2 ill-fated buses that had been swept away into the Trishuli River by a landslide at Chitwan Simal Thal along the Narayangad Muglin Road section last Friday have been recovered so far. Of the 15 bodies recovered, 7 have been identified, while the identities of 8 are yet to be ascertained. The number of recovered bodies reached 15 after finding 1 more body buried in sand at the bank of the Narani River this morning. 3 bodies were recovered yesterday at East Naul Parasi's Gandak Barrage, while only 1 body was found at Bhutaha of Madhya Bindu Municipality. Head of District Police Office Chitwan, Bhavesh Rimal, informed that the bodies of 23-year-old passenger Sudeep Bishwakarma and 17-year-old passenger Firoz Rahup Mia were identified yesterday. Their bodies had been recovered from Triveni. Chief District Officer Indradev Yadav informed that 15 bodies have been recovered so far. Search for the remaining missing passengers has intensified after bodies started being recovered from the river banks of the Narani River in Golaghat and Susta. Chief District Officer Yadav said that rafting boats and motorboats will continue to be used and mobilized, while drones will be used to search for those missing. A team of more than 500 security personnel from Armed Police Force, Nepal Army and Nepal Police have been mobilized. The 2 buses and passengers had been swept away by landslide into the Trishuli River in Simal Thal of Chitwan along the Prithvi Highway last Friday at around 3:30 in the morning. A total of 65 people were on board the 2 ill-fated vehicles. Kathmandu Metropolitan City Mayor Balendra Shah has said that employment has been provided to 912 individuals through the Labour Bank. In a social media post, Mayor Shah has said that the metropolis has provided jobs to 329 individuals in the private sector and 583 in the government sector through its Labour Bank. Mayor Shah has added that the metropolis has taken forward its programs with the objective of providing training to at least 15,000 individuals and ensuring direct employment to at least 5,000 in the period of 3 years. He said that 800 more youths had begun their entrepreneurial ventures through the facilitation of the metropolis and their own efforts. Mayor Shah also said that trainings would be provided to everyone who had filled in their applications during the skills fair. Time now for the international news. Former U.S. President Donald Trump has received a big relief in the case of illegally withholding classified or secret documents. The U.S. District Court in Florida dismissed the criminal case against former President Trump, who was accused of illegally possessing the classified documents. 37 charges were brought against Trump in that case. All charges have now been dismissed by the court. Judge Aileen Cannon of the District Court of Florida dismissed the case against Trump filed by Special Prosecutor Jack Smith due to the lack of substantial evidence. The judge granted Trump's motion to dismiss the federal case on the basis that the Justice Department's appointment of Prosecutor Smith violated the Appointments Clause of the U.S. Constitution. Judge Cannon issued a 93-page long order and informed that the case was dismissed due to lack of evidence. When the FBI raided Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida in 2022, they obtained 11,000 documents. According to the FBI, 100 of these documents were classified or secret documents, which were said to be taken by Trump in 2021 when he left the White House. The decision was made by the court before the election on the same issue. It is noteworthy that the judge who delivered the verdict was appointed by Trump himself. 17 soldiers were killed in a terrorist attack on an army cantonment in Pakistan's northwestern Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province yesterday. According to international media, among 17 soldiers killed, there were 2 major and 2 captain-ranked officers. In front of the gate of the cantonment, an assailant carrying a suicide bomb hit an oil tanker, while 3 other terrorists entered the gate by throwing hand grenades. After entering the cantonment, the terrorists opened fire indiscriminately and also threw grenades. It is said that thick smoke was seen in the sky due to the impact of the grenades. According to local media, 4 terrorists were killed in the retaliatory action by the army. Local media also reported that the terrorists shot down the army helicopter in the attack. After the attack, the army is closely monitoring the area and no one has been allowed to enter it. So far, no terrorist group has claimed responsibility for the attack. Similarly, neither Pakistan government nor the army has given any response regarding the attack. That is all for the moment. Our next English bulletin airs at 6 p.m. Thank you for staying with us. Have a beautiful day ahead.